All right, so I just got back from the gym, and okay, so it's 11:28, or November 28th, 10:56. I just got back from the gym, and again, I think we talked about it earlier this morning. We said that 10 o'clock is around the average time that we see that larger moves are often made, and you see 10 o'clock range here. That looks like to be the start of this uptrend. However, like I said, I just sat down to the chart, and then we have this huge pullback here. Of course, we're looking for, in a balanced move up, we're looking for buys to happen here, and then this chart to continue up. You know, and even here, kind of tapped into that territory, but it's a little bit on the lower side of it, a little weak there. That right there looked pretty good. But like I said, this here now is looking like it is pullback territory. So, and so not only did it defy this area here, but it also broke below this area here. So now it's a double whammy. It's under this box and it's under this box. So we shall see if it decides to come all the way down. So I do plan on taking a couple positions, but I'm supposed to be tracking all my trades, pivot tracker. Okay, so it's moving up. Now this is these green crosses here. These are part of my actually this is supposed to be for the 15-second time frame for Apple. I made a script that supposed to find entries when Apple is strong. This is the 15-second Apple. So, but it's not terribly strong. Like I said, it broke under these two levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the 15-second time frame and see. Okay, so on the 15-second time frame, they're not firing. Yeah, and even over here, I don't like those. I don't like where they're placed at. But like I said, this isn't really Apple being strong right now. But on the 15-second time frame, looks like it's going for a potential reversal. So this is what I've been looking at recently. All right, so we're looking at that. We would make a box here, and that is huge. But in order to take this as the trade that that I've been studying, the stock would have to go up here, like way up here, and then come back and touch in this area. This area is pretty large though, so I don't like it for that reason. So now, like I said, I would expect for the price to come back down here and even down here, and then we should ultimately see a box like that. Not only that, but if we zoom out, then yeah, either this range here or this range down here, or this range down here, but it's got to tap one of these areas, down here, or down here, and then it's got to break descending resistance. Okay, so I'm gonna get my ideas together. How much do I want to risk? I want to risk $100. So in order to risk $100, now I need to do a reverse thing. Let's see. If I'm able to get in around, it should tap back down to 190. So I'm just updating this spreadsheet. I don't think that thing is going to run just yet. It may, but if it does, then it's not the strategy that I've been studying. So I'm not going to take the trade. That's Apple. All right, so we got to make a share calculator, a risk calculator. Shares, we're trying to figure out the shares. If we know the price and we know the risk, then we're trying to figure out the shares. So the price, what I say, is I'm looking for it to be right around 190. 190. Risk would have to be back down here by 189.92. And then risk stop, and then that would calculate the risk per share, and then shares. Let's see. And then I want to enter risk per trade, and I want it to calculate risk per share and shares. Okay, so risk per trade, I want to put it in. I want to say that I want that to be 100. It's going to calculate the risk per share, which is the price minus the stop. Okay, so 8 cents per share. So if we want to get $100 worth of risk at 0.8 cents per share, then, or 8 cents per share, then we'll do risk over risk per shares. So we get $12.50. So if I want to risk $100 with an enter price at 190 and stop price at 189.92, that'll be risking 8 cents per share, and I should get 1,250 shares. Made a nice little move up. Again, this is not the strategy that I've been looking at. So, but it does look like it went into some type of reversal, but it's not balanced. I don't trust it. It's not balanced. I don't trust it. I mean, it made a huge move up. So, excuse me. I would let's move that up there. And it's going to break that too, maybe. Boom, 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 boom. So the waiting game. And it's just going. Let's see. I guess here was the reversal though. Even as such, that is okay. So what I'm looking for here is a descending trend line, which it broke, so that's good. And then I'm looking at that box there from the from that previous base down to the lowest low, and then that's my box. And so the stock kind of stayed in there. I really like to see it consolidate above the box and then dip into the box and then move on. But it did dip in and dip down. At least it maintained that that low there. And then so it moved up. So if my entry would be here, because I've seen as much as like 1 to 10, 1 to 17 on this thing. If you get that right reversal. All right, but that there is 0.8%, and 0.8% times we'll call it 10. 0.08% is 0.8%. Where's 0.8%? That's 0.4%. So, I mean, it could go way up, right? So that's 0.4%. Or, and the other thing I most commonly see is 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk reward. But I have seen as much as like 1 to 10 on these reversals like this. But 1 to 4, 1 to 5 being most common. If you consider that this range here, this risk to reward is 0.08%, then multiply that by 5, and you get that 0.40, because 8 times 5 is 40. All right, so that right there, where did I draw the dot to? Yeah, to right there. So it took it right to there. So that was your 1 to 5 there. So, like I said, expect to get that 1 to 5. Oh my God, that thing just kept going. What in the world? Sheesh. It's too late. I mean, you can get into it at this point. It'd be. Let's see what's happening on a 1 minute time frame. You can get into it, but it'd certainly be FOMOing. But I guess this ascending trend line that we drew here earlier, once we came onto the chart, it dipped just below that, and then it just took right back off. So, I mean, ascending resistance, you could go there and expect for it to take up there. Again, that's another potential strategy. That's not one that I know. That's not one that I've been looking at. So, you know, I couldn't speak on that. But I do think it's interesting. And it looks good. So let's see what Tesla is doing. All right, this is the script that I made for Tesla on the 1 minute. Let's hop into this, because I made this for the 15-second time frame for Tesla, and it appears to be moving right on up. But do we have any overhead resistance? I mean, we're just right at resistance there anyway. So from here, boom, straight across. I mean, it's right there at it. So there's not enough meat on that potato for me to get in and try to take this little small scalp here. I mean, because it just hit it right there, right? Is it going to push through, or is it going to keep going? What does the volume say? These tech stocks just saw a jump. What's going on in the tech stock news for today that I'm clearly unaware of? Boom, boom, boom.
Check for entry.
Yeah, I mean, that's so strong. But it's not very balanced. It's just like straight shot up. So, again, it's not balanced. All right, let's see what's going on with Apple. Back to Apple. Okay, so Apple is doing a little bit of a retracement. Like I said, it'd be tough to buy here at this large bullish candle, especially when you're right up against this resistance here. All right, now if it does continue into that opening wedge there, then let's move back to the 15-second time frame and see if we can, take one of these. But it's got to break that descending trend, right? It's got to break that. Not only does it have to break it, but as it comes back down, we want to take it right in here. So what I say, 1250. I know that changed because, let's see, 190.45 to 190.42. And I could do 3,000 if I have enough money in there. Yeah, I don't like that anyway. It should have went a little bit higher above. Should have went higher above the box and then dropped back down into the box. So to me, right now, this looks like this is going to continue to go down, and then it'll decide whether or not it wants to do another reversal from this larger right? Because we got this nice larger move here, and then this will be a shorter move. Okay, so now that box moves to right here. All right, so 190.43, 190.39. So that would be 2,500. And we want to take it. So it did cross the descending resistance. Let's take an entry right here.
Order rejected.
Oh, so I don't have enough money to do it with on the simulation account. Can I get 2,000? That was 200.
Order rejected.
Don't have enough for 2,000. Let's go 1,500.
Order rejected.
Don't have enough for 1,500. Let's go 1,000.
Order rejected.
Don't have enough for 1,000 shares of Tesla. Let's go 500.
Order filled.
Okay. Alright. So order filled. We're going to put our stop in down here. And then we're looking for that 1 to 5 risk to reward. So 1 to 5 risk to reward, I'm going to come over here. And it might stop me out. That's fine. If I input risk to reward, so what we're trying to do the risk to reward based on this risk here, right? So we'd say that we need to multiply. We need to multiply this risk. Okay, so first we need to put in a risk to reward. So like if we say 1 to 3, so the risk is 1 to the reward of 3. So I just call it 3. And then profit, to take profit, we'd have to do the, we have to take the risk, multiply it by the risk to reward, and then add that to our entry. So 190.55. If we're looking at a 1 to 3, let's look for the 1 to 4. So 190.59. 190.59, and it just almost tapped it. So did you get out now? Did you get out now? I'm gonna cancel this and then do right there, 190.59. That's a 1 to 4. And a smarter investor will probably just kind of have two. Let me do that because I need to start operating more.
Order rejected.
More smartly. Entry. Well, I think it's going to take me out before I get a chance to change this up. So I need to have 4 cents on the low side. 4 cents. I know I can go here. 0.04 cents on the low side. 4 times 5 is 120 cents.
Order rejected.
Gosh, dang it! I keep clicking the wrong thing. That looks like that could do a pullback and go even higher, but let's see. So cancel all and then place this.
Order rejected.
I hit cancel all. Okay, or maybe I did. Alright, so place OCO. Move that up to 159 right there. Okay, and then move this here. And actually, like I said, I've moved that just to break even. So now we don't have any risk on the trade, and we are at break even. or at least break even, so we, you know, could stand to make, I can't even read that, $5, I don't know. Looking to make $80, right? We have a risk amount. Well, we're trying to get a risk amount of $100 so we can make that 1 to 4 and make $400. But because we only can get 500 shares, you know, it's a lot different. All right, huge drop down, but I'm just over my entry price.
Order
So
filled.
you know, boom. And I mean, my exit was 159, and this thing went to 157. So again, like I said, could have been smart to bring it up a little bit higher. You know, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna get back in.
Order filled.
Only because, and then I'm gonna place an OCO. Only because it didn't break through this zone yet. And it still could break through the zone, and that's fine. But that's what I'm doing. Alright, so my first entry is 1113. 1113. Alright, so what I'm tasked to do now is to log all my trades. I think we're on the 15-second time frame. Yep. 1113. I don't even know what to call that because I wasn't looking for that specific trade. Like I say, if that's still legit, then that level is still legit. It just changes my risk to reward relationship because I got in higher now instead of being in down here. Right, so now my risk to reward relationship, instead of being like a 1 to 4, it's more like a 1 to, almost a 1 to 1. Alright, so the entry. But I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go higher. Why? You know what? I should have just left it where it was. Let me just leave it where it is. Where it is. No, I'm gonna leave it up because it's moving. Like I said, I just think I feel like it wants to go as high as this. All right, but based on my one strategy that I could identify down here, it should probably only go as high as that 159. That's the 1 to 4. Unless we get like a 1 to 5 and it goes higher. But you know what? I'm just going to trail this since I believe it can go higher. I want to pull up my stop loss as it goes up. Or I could have took off 250 there and then let 250 ride. That's probably what I should have done. Well, it went to my 190.59. Like I said, I should be out there. But if we get that nice bullish candle, then I'm just going to move my my entry, my loss to break even. Honestly, it's kind of up high enough now as it is to move it up. because if it dips down much, well, but like I said, this here should still be valid. This box in here should still be valid. So it's not valid. The entire move is not valid until this is gone. However, I think the validity has been met. It hit that 150, 190.59. I think it met this this buying pressure here. It met this for the strategy that I see, that I work with. It met that. So now we're getting a plus there, though. So that's a little bit more confirmation to me that we may have a move up. Yeah. One, two, four, one, two. There we go. Came back down, touched my entry, and then nice move up. Doesn't mean that it's sustained, but it is a move up. Just checking out to see what volume is doing here. 1052 was 219,000 shares. Let's put this on the 5-minute time frame. At 1052. 1052 right in here. 200,000 shares. So okay, so as we're coming back down on top of, as the stock is coming back down on top of this zone in here, we got a huge amount of shares, huge amount of orders, right? So, and you see the resulting direction was bullish. Looks good. Where is it going though? Well, went to the prior day's high, and it's hesitating. Also tap that zone, tap that zone. You know, we got that. So this stock, well, I mean, it could come all the way back down before it goes again. It could come in this range, or it could come in this range. This is a long ways here. This is a shorter way, plus this way right here. Well, I guess actually technically this area right here is the same area. You see the end of that block? Well, you remember I drew that that yellow circle there where the large orders came in at? This area is relatively the same as this area. So I think somebody does want the stock to move up from this point. But it looks like on the 5-minute time frame it could definitely use a pullback. Or it's just going to blast right through this area. It's looking like it's going to push up, doesn't it? And then the next area would be in here, right? In here. 190.90, somewhere in there. 190.90. Alright, let's go back to the 2-minute time frame and see if we're going to hold. See if we're going to hold water. Oh, that's Apple. What was Tesla doing? Because I thought Tesla was also looking pretty good. Yeah, Tesla took off. Jesus. My screen can't even capture everything that's going on with this thing. What in the world? Tesla's making a crazy move. Maybe all the tech stocks are swinging for the fences. Nevertheless, let me go back and see what was going on with the market now. Because something's got to be going on. New challenge. Trump's already had a good base question. Maybe it's just because it's Tuesday. You know? It's just because it's Tuesday. But it's crazy. Alright, so we see Apple is going back up here, 73, 75. I think it's time to move my stop up. Not quite. This zone here seemed to be some high levels of resistance. Swing left. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to close it.
Order filled.
That's good for me. It got close to my mark, right? And you get those impulses like that. It can continue to swing for the fences, or it can just shoot straight down. It can mean that it hit an area of no orders, and so it just shot through it. When you get that kind of that gap up, it'll come back down and retest. And if sellers get a little, if if it's a zone where there's both buyers and sellers, but just one has the edge over the other one, and then the sellers get the inclination to step in because there was a gap up, then it can just shoot straight down. So, but that was a nice amount of volume there. I like that. All right, guys. So we actually successfully traded a strategy. This is probably my first time really working through the strategy, the risk, the reward, the thing, taking a loss, moving the stop up, doing the whole nine the right way. This is probably my first. I've been trading 2-3 years now. This is probably my first time like really approaching it scientifically. And I mean, looking at this, I mean, you got a little bit of a top and tail there, but this is looking pretty good still. Yeah. Anyway, it's wifey calling. So this is Eric. I'm out. Peace.